Okay, for today's assignment, we're going to be working on our sunflower seeds, and we're going to see if we can figure out the number of seeds by weight and by number. Okay, we're going to be doing two different things. Now, the first thing we want to do is we want to save it. So you're going to go File, Save As, and you're going to save it somewhere where you can keep it. All right, My Documents, and then you're going to upload it to First Class. Or actually, you're going to upload it to Moodle. All right, so the first thing we want to do, well, we want to delete the timestamp because we don't need that. Okay, so we're just going to delete that. That gives a little bit more space. I'm going to zoom this out so we have a little bit more room. All right. And I've decided that we're not going to do the weight of the contaminants because not everybody did it, so we're going to get rid of that. All right. So you click at the top of the thing and you hit delete. Boom. All right. So that now gives us everything. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to click this entire first row, and I'm going to go, let's see if we can space it out a little bit more. There we go. So you got a little bit more room here. All right, well, what's the first thing we want to do? Well, first thing we want to do is we want to actually take a total of everything. Okay, so we want to have the number of round seeds, the number of red brown seeds, the number of all of these. All right, and so the easiest way of doing this is we're just going to click at the top right underneath where it says name, and we're going to go Insert, and we're going to put in a row. Okay, now these are going to be total, so I'm going to put this TOTALS. Boom. All right, and the easiest way of doing this is there's a sum button, but I think because we may be using different versions, and not all versions of Moodle not all versions of Excel or the database thing that you get in OpenOffice are the same. What we're going to do is we're going to do it by text. But if you take a look here at this button that looks like a letter, okay, a funky looking letter E, that is the sum button, and you can just click and then you can just drag out down the stuff you want. All right, and then you hit enter, and that gives you the sum right there. On the other hand, I'm going to do something a little different. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually type this in. So I'm going to go equals sum. And the reason I'm doing this is, like I said, not all versions of Excel have the little sigma button there visible. And I'm going to open parentheses, and then I'm going to click at the top guy, and I'm going to drag all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to hit enter. And when you notice that is we get this big number. Now, guys, I do actually want to say something that I need to do, unfortunately, is you take a look, and there's one of these bits of data that does not look like the rest. That data is called an outlier. Okay, I'm going to allow you to delete this, but then you're going to have to explain why you're deleting the data. And the one that's the outlier is clearly this one right here. There's something very, very, very strange. I don't think anybody had 1100. All right, let's just take a look. Right now we have 1300. What happens if we delete that one piece of data, one person's data? What happens? Boom. Changes the thing dramatically. All right, so I really believe that that one particular one was incorrect, and so I'm leaving it out. All right, so we have the number of seeds. Now, I'm going to click here, and if I drag down to the lower right-hand corner, what is normally a white cross turns into a little black cross. I'm going to click and drag that all the way over. Boom. And so what that does is that gives me totals for each one of these. Okay, so I got a total number of sunflower seeds, total number of the weight of the sunflower seeds, number of red brown seeds, the weight of the red brown seeds, okay, number of round tan seeds, the weight of the round tan seeds. Okay, so those are all of our totals that we're going to get. Now, what I want to do is I want to do a couple of things. First thing I want to do, and I think I'm going to do this on the top of this page, okay, is insert. I'm going to put here weight of one seed. So we're going to use this to calculate the weight of an individual seed. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, if the individual sunflower seed, okay, weighs 23.7 grams, what does and we have, I'm sorry, 23.7 grams, and we have 22 seeds, what would be the weight of one seed? Well, that's really easy. If we want to know the weight of one seeds, they weigh 23 grams, and I have 222 of them. What I do is I go equals this, which is the total weight of the seed, divided by the number of seeds. Boom. And that gives me the weight in grams of one seed. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing with the red-brown ones. Okay, equals the total weight of the seeds divided by the number of seeds, and that gives me the weight of a single seed. All right, and then we're going to do this one. The total number of those small tan seeds. All right, so I'm going to go equals the total number of round tan seeds divided by, the weight of the round tan seeds, which is G3, divided by the total number of seeds. All right, if you take a look at this, this gives you a rough idea of the weight of the seeds and the number of the seeds. All right, so now what we're going to do here is we are actually going to stop right here. All right, this is the first part of the project I want you to do. Now, the next part of the project, and unfortunately I'm going to have to actually do something a little funky here. All right, I'm going to actually take this and I'm going to drag this up a little bit because I want you guys to be able to see the bottom. You notice down here at the bottom I have a sheet. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another sheet. Now, in some of them there's just a button you click and it adds. Okay, you may need to go to File. I think it's actually Edit. How about Insert? Hi, here we go. Insert worksheet. Boom. So now we get another worksheet, and I'm going to call this Sheet 2. All right. Now, what I'm going to do at this point now is I am going to actually copy the labels. I'm going to go Copy. I'm going to go to Sheet 2. Boom. Click on the number 1 and paste all of those guys across. And I'm just going to drag these guys up so they take up less space. All right. Actually, I think if I click the entire thing and then I go, boom, they all pop out to the right size. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to find my data. Now, suppose I happen to be Ryan Cantwell. I'm going to go Copy. And then I'm going to go back to Sheet 2, click on Row, boom, paste, and now I got all my stuff in there. What I want you to do is I want you to repeat the lesson you just learned, which you're going to use. So number 1, you're going to calculate the weight of your individual seeds. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to actually graph out, and you're going to make a graph determining the relative weight of the seeds. Okay, all right, so that's what I would like you guys to do. I want you to calculate what your weight is, and then what the individual weight of the what the class determined the weight of a sunflower seed was. All right, so that's our project for today. What you're going to do is you're going to explain your discrepancy. How is yours different from everybody else's? Okay, there are a number of reasons why that might be. I want you to think about this. It's going to be a short answer, and then you're going to upload it to the place that I've provided.